Sure.
I just wanted to get back to there's been some studies done where the planets in our own solar system are also heating up at the same time as ours is.
Yeah.
If that were
So-
true, if it is true, there's been a few studies.
Okay.
Then you'd think
Maybe
we probably don't
maybe
have
it's
any.
the sun heating
Yeah,
up.
that's
Maybe.
it. Because we wouldn't have any impact really on that, would we?
No, I suppose not.
Because stars do go through cycles, don't they? So they'll get hotter at points.
That's it.
I mean, what's the hottest thing out there, right? It's the sun. I mean, surely the sun has a saying global temperature, right?
Yeah.
And climate.
'Cause, like-
but the sun, you can't tax the sun, you know, or not yet. I
It's
mean,
a cyclical thing where they think it's like a cycle where it heats up and cools down.
sure.
It's, if anything, humans have just kind of sped it up. If it is cyclical, then it would just be sped up by carbon. I don't know. It's.
Remember Al Gore's movie? He had a graph on there showing the increase in CO2. What happens is after the Earth warms up naturally, there's more CO2 already because the breathing of the plants and the warmth creates the CO2. So it's a natural thing where when the Earth warms, then there's more CO2. Not that there's more CO2 and then that makes it warmer.
Yeah, that's the inconvenient truth. I mean, what he does is he puts one graph at the bottom of the page and one graph above it. But you know, if you want to compare two graphs, what do? You overlay them. He doesn't overlay them. Interestingly, he keeps them set apart, and he makes some joke about, do you think my friend in class could see a correlation here? Because while they're separated, they seem to there's a correlation. But when you overlay them, like my friend said, it's not CO2 peaks and then temperature follows, it's temperature peaks and then CO2 follows, because as the temperature increases, more carbon is produced. But we've got to remember that as you're taught at primary school, plants and humans have a symbiotic relationship, have this mutually beneficial relationship. They take in carbon and produce oxygen, we take in oxygen and produce CO2. So CO2 is actually a life-giving gas for plants, you know? So what's the big fuss? I mean, you look at it from a primary school understanding, you know, and it's hard to work out what the big fuss is about carbon, CO2.
It's the multi-billion-dollar question, I suppose, isn't it?
Well, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Yeah. The more people accept that we're the cause, the more they can tax you for it.
I mean, you know, they're talking about carbon tax, they're talking about carbon trading, carbon credit system. This isn't, you know, I don't think this is just talk. They're genuinely talking about implementing a carbon credit system where you have your set carbon credits and you might have to choose between going on holiday and driving to work, you know, because you've used up all your carbon credits, you know.
Whether or not we believe in you know,
The science,
in
yeah.
the science behind
It's
it. Is it not? Is there not some sort of? Is there not some sort of kind of like truth to that anyway? Is it, you know, shouldn't, yeah, driving to work is lazy, and you should live where you work, and you shouldn't drive cars that much, because whether or not it's good or bad for the environment, you know, it's sort of dehumanising. And we should be engaging with our natural environment rather than just traversing across it in a
but it's a
way.
personal choice, isn't it? And it's like, what gives someone the right to tell someone else how they go about their, you know, how they travel to work? I mean, it's a personal choice, surely. And then once you start telling people how to go about their lives, well, that's not, you know, what is that? I mean,
maybe we should move away from this conservative, let people do what they want to do all the time.
well, I think that's liberal. It depends on your definition.
I don't mind the government. Sort of, if the government is made up of people who are truly intelligent and clever and
You're saying
less
if?
interested.
Is this hypothetical?
Oh yeah, it's extremely hypothetical.
I was going to say, I lost
people
you.
who are not engaged in their own interests.
Yeah.
Why should they not tell us what to do? I'd be happy people like me telling me what to do. Not maybe Daily Mail readers, but you know.
Well, I mean, you're advocating like a dictatorship. That's
Oh
going.
mate, I'm all for the benevolent dictator.
Right. But, I mean, it sounds good.
We'd want Chomsky to tell us what to do. The man's a genius.
Would we?
Maybe not you two, I don't know. What's your stance? I'm involved in a bit of a YouTube debate here, wearing a branded t-shirt, which could get me into a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I've just got you from the neck up.
That's
But I mean, we could go on all day.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's worth looking into. the documentary that you might not have seen, it's very hard to get hold of now. It was hosted online. It's now been taken down. Interestingly enough, is the Great Global Warming Swindle. You heard of it?
No, I don't think I have.
Well, this is the film that challenges inconvenient truth and overlays the graphs and says, well, look, temperature precedes CO2, not the other way around, which is what Al Gore won't tell you. And again, Al Gore's a very rich man. So yeah, I mean...
So you two are anti...
we're anti-bullshit. We're anti-bullshit. We're pro-truth. You know, we're pro-research. We're pro... You know? It doesn't. The truth isn't necessarily going to land in your lap, you know.
Yeah.
It's more likely the propaganda's going to land in your lap because it's, you know.
So you're concerned with anything that might be capitalist, I guess.
Well, we're not talking
making
about
money out of it, then maybe.
We're not talking about isms. We don't,
yeah.
It's, you know, I mean, I don't have any qualm with capitalism. It's what you're involved in. You know, if I sell this footage, it's what I'm involved in.
Well,
it's, I don't
everyone
have,
is every day. You
yeah,
buy and sell.
it's.
Well,
I mean,
buy things every day.
I think people make
Fridge
confused.
is getting sold.
No, I said, well, if I wish.
I
But,
think
you know,
it's a good debate. Yeah?
Sure. Well, I mean, if you
thought that I've ever done working in this shop.
Well, I mean, if you'd like to continue, I mean, I don't know where you actually live in Birmingham. We're based in South Birmingham. Do you know Moseley Village? Ring any bells?
Yeah. No, very well.
Well, then tomorrow we're going to be out with the marathon sort of event. But I guess I'll pass by the shop sometime and drop you some contact info. Are you on Facebook at all?
Yeah, we're both involved in that capitalist.
That corporate, yeah, fascist book, let's call it. But yeah, check us out. You can find us. We're called We Are Change Brum. We Are Change Brum. Okay. We've got a Facebook group. You can find us there, and we'll continue the debate some other time.
It's been good fun.